Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. I am in our room, my room. Gonna be doing a Zoom meeting with Simone. We're gonna do a Bible lesson for you. I'm gonna turn the camera around when she comes on, and we're gonna do a Bible lesson on Hannah, part of the women of the Bible. So as soon as she hops on, we'll get started. Hey, stop. Hey, don't you have your own bed? So just waiting on her to log. She's coming on. She has some internet issues. So I'm ready for 1 Samuel for Hannah. And as soon as she comes through, we'll talk about some stuff. And told her we were doing the video. So we're just waiting on her to log on. Let me know if she's available.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. But that herbal high C that
All right.
had
Transfer it.
So we can just randomly just jump in if you want to start reading something or talking about something.
We'll just do it that way then, because then I can just send it to myself or whatever, and then just add it on to the video.
Yeah, there should be a way to do it. Yeah, I've been meaning to do another video too, and I just, when it comes to evening and I have that quiet time when the kids are, I just haven't quite gotten that far yet, but I will. Again.
Yeah, so Hannah is in 1 Samuel 1. I know that much.
I have that up right now.
Because she starts, they start talking about her immediately.
Yes.
Let's see. There was a man. His name was Rethaman Zoframan. I don't know. I can't say it. We had two wives. One was Hannah, and one was Peninnah. I guess that's how I would say it. I don't know. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children, and she went out to the city yearly to worship and sacrifice unto the Lord of the host in Shiloh. Mm-hmm. And the two sons of Eli, Hophni, Phinehas, the priests of the Lord, were there. And when the time was that Elkanah offered, he gave to Peninnah his wife and to all their sons and daughters portions, but unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion, for he loved Hannah, but the Lord had shut up her womb, and her adversary also provoked her sore. Adversary had provoked her sore, for her to her make her fret, because the Lord had shut up her womb. And then, and as he did so year by year, when she went up to the house of the Lord, so she provoked her. Therefore she wept and did not eat. And then Elkanah heard her husband to her, Hannah, Why weepest thou? And why eatest thou not? And why is thy heart grieved? And not I better for thee than 10 sons? So Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh, and after they had drunk. Now Eli the priest sat upon the seat by the post of the temple of the Lord, and she was in bitterness of the soul, and prayed unto the Lord, and wept sore. And she vowed a vow, and said, O Lord of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on affliction of thine handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thine handmaid, but wilt give unto thine handmaid a man child, then I will give unto him give him to the Lord all the days of his life, and there shall no razor become of his head. And it came to pass, as she continued praying before the Lord, that Eli marked her mouth. Now Hannah, she spake in her heart, and only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore Eli thought she had been drunken. And Eli said unto her, How long wilt thou be drunken? Put away thine wine and from thee. And Hannah answered, No, my lord, I am a woman with a sorrowful spirit, and I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but have poured out my soul before the Lord. Count not thine handmaid for a daughter of Belial, For out of the abundance of my complaint and grief have I spoken hitherto. Then Eli answered and said, Go in peace, and the God of Israel grant thee thy petition that thou hast asked them. And she said, Let thine handmaid find grace in thy sight. So the woman went her way and did eat, and her countenance was no more sad. And they rose up the morning early and worshipped before the Lord, and returned and came to their house of Ramah. And Achilah, I can't say his name, knew Hannah,
me either.
his wife, and the Lord remembered her. Wherefore it came to pass, when the time was come, about after Hannah had conceived, that she bare a son, and called him Samuel, saying, Because I asked him of the Lord. We'll stop there because Hannah goes completely on. I just think it's right there. That sounds like a good spot, and then just continue on with the next lesson or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how many women do you know that have issues with infertility, and then how many people that they leave it in God's hands and ends up being pregnant.
Yeah.
And you got to have that faith and then that sacrifice, because Samuel went on to do great things once.
Yeah. All kind of goes back to just having faith and trust in the Lord.
And it also goes into the Lord can use small people to make great things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It can just be what seems like an everyday average person, just like, you and I, but yet anything can happen. We can reach people. We all have our stories, just like Hannah has, her story on Samuel being conceived, and we have our stories that we can share, that little miracle stories to help others. So yeah.
It just so happens that I have like a little thing with the verse for 11 about sacrificing, because she sacrificed him. If she she sacrificed herself,
made a vow, O Lord of hosts, if you will indeed look on the affliction.
And I can imagine she was hurt and stuff, because just kind of like Leah and Sarah, because Sarah was closed up for how many years until she finally had.
She was an old woman when she conceived. Yeah.
And so that had to have hurt her all those years to be and watch her sister give all these kids to Jacob, and then she finally conceives, and then it was Leah was jealous, because then Joseph was there and he was the love of Jacob's life. But the Lord knows what he's doing, so.
Yeah. And that can kind of go along the lines too, as we all face our challenges, and we get to see God work in our lives or in other people's lives. I've, on this note, like with Hannah, I've had friends and family members that have struggled, and then all of a sudden just the right thing happened, and that God intervening. I was going somewhere else with that.
Yeah, because for when we got pregnant with Sean, we tried for a long time after we got married. And it was like stressing us out. We were trying so hard, and I was like, forget it. I'll just leave it in God's hands. And went into like Sunday school lesson at Second Baptist when I was going to it, and told a couple of ladies that we were trying to have a baby, and so they like put their hands on me and prayed. So, and then shortly after that, I found out I was pregnant with him. So,
yeah.
It's amazing when you let go and let God take control. What happens? Miracles happen.
Yeah. I may not have the infertility story, but when Christopher came about. I mean, Chris and I have been married at almost 5 years. He had left me, and it was in the process of, God working through that we were pregnant with Christopher, and it was, just a little miracle story that happened along with that. So, we weren't trying or not trying at that point, but, it was just God working through us. And, was to say that it was Satan's plan to not, conceive. It was Satan's plan would be to not bring kids into the world. It was, and while we may be divorced now, at that point, that time wasn't the time that we were supposed to be divorced, but that was Satan trying to stop future generations. God had other plans. Satan may have stepped in, and, God doesn't cause that pain, but he will use the negative for the good, and just like, stuff happening now. It's, look at pollution being down. Look at, sea turtles nesting that they have to like close off beaches for. Well, beaches are closed and these sea turtles are able to nest. It's
Right.
like the destruction is not God. It's not. It's Satan, but God will use that for his good.
Yeah, no doubt. Because I mean, there's like, look at all the beaches and stuff. They've had a all-time low in pollution alone, because there's nobody out there to mess it up. So yeah.
Look at the pollution levels and pictures from the big cities and stuff going down. I mean, yeah, this isn't the way we wanted it to happen, but if this was some steps to cleaning up the world, God would use it to his good.
Yeah. But it's just shows you, with God's creatures, how abundant they are when it comes to when humans are out of the way.
When we get out of the way and let God do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As faulty humans.
Oh yeah. So true. So true. He'll provide miracles. May not always be in the form that we asked for them either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just did the Zoom meeting so you guys would not be without our videos. So you guys don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell notification so you're notified when we upload new videos. We'll see you guys next time. Hopefully together. See you, bye.